Throughout the history of human civilization, there have been countless stories about extraordinary individuals overcoming impossible odds. Great heroes battling evil forces, biblical gods clashing over the fate of the universe, and the simple average Joe going on a quest that will change their destiny forever. However, there is in fact one legend that transcends all that has come before and maybe even after. A tale that has been passed down many generations. A tale that contains strong language, crude humor of the sexual variety, and so much gay poopy swellness that you need more than a janitor to clean up the mess. Yes, for the very first time, you will bear witness the story of the gayest man in the world, the leader and foundation of the whole Barney Bunch, and whose very name strikes fear into the hearts of his enemies. This is Of course, Drew Pickles is well known around the world. His very presence is enough to turn even the straightest man to the swell side. But how did all of this happen? What was his childhood like? When did he first meet his iconic butt buddies like Barney and Ronald McDonald? How did some of his most famous rivalries start? And how did he become the gayest man in the world? Well, calm the everlasting fuck down, you little shits, and stop asking all these questions. All will be revealed in this super swell story. And what better way to start than the very beginning? Drew Pickles grew up as a very gay child. He was born on June 9, 1957, at Rainbow Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, California.
Push, 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 push. Congratulations, it is a boy.
Yes, I was hoping my first child would be a boy. I win.
I will leave you two with your son while I conduct some tests.
Look at our beautiful baby boy. He has my eyes.
And he has my balls. Here goes that, you little sprout. Oh, and I have picked the perfect name. Welcome, Anna. Come to the world and Hulu Scouts and Egg Pickles.
Mr. and Mrs. Pickles, I have some very terrible news regarding your newborn son. I am afraid that he is, in fact, really gay.
No.
Holy shit. He certainly takes from me.
Is there anything we can do?
No, but we could be seeing him act upon his newfound gayness as we speak.
Penis.
See.
And thus, the legend is born. Young Drew would always get into all sorts of mischief. Such activities included messing with his baby brother Stu and always getting him to do the raunchiest things imaginable, as well as taking massive poopy dumps all over his father's head, which contributed to his balding. He also enjoyed spanking it off to Sesame Street, The Wiggles, SpongeBob, and Dragon Tales. And before you ask how he was able to do that when those shows never even existed yet, then why are you trying to bring logic to a Drew Pickles video? Now look what happened. The fourth wall just got a crack in it. I assume it's gonna break any moment. Now where was I? Oh yes, I bet you all want to know how Drew met his favorite batch of butt buddies. Well, it all started when Drew attended his first day of school, with a mastodonic 20-mile-long slug in his pants.
Egg, I am very nervous about my first day of school. What if all the kids are mean to me? I mean, I know I have to embrace being the gayest kindergartner in the world, but my father told me that homosexuality is heavily frowned upon in today's society. Guess I better become the change I want to see in this cruel world.
This looks like a good spot. Oh, hello there. Are you just as nervous as me about starting school?
Who in the flying fuck are you? You look very gay.
Of course. Where are my manners? My name is Barney the quadruple testicle dildosaur. And who might you be?
My name is Drew Pickles. I am the gayest boy in the world, and one day I will grow up to be the gayest man of all time, surpassing my father.
Holy shit, that sounds very swell. I was hoping to meet someone like you, Drew. You could say I am somewhat of a societal outcast. Tell you what, why don't we become friends? Maybe someday we can become even more than that.
Be friends with you. Holy shit, that sounds like the gayest thing imaginable. So I'm in. Let's be friends. And I bet, if we hit it off, we can truly be more than that.
Oh Peg, that is extremely swell. When we get to school, I have to introduce two of my other friends who happen to be super swell penis clown brothers. Their names are Ronald the goddamn penis clown McDonald and Richard T.C. McDonald, or, as we like to call him, Dickie. Oh look, there's the school bus now.
Holy shit, that school bus is making me surprisingly horny. Excuse me for a second, Barney, my good man.
Drew then proceeded to shove the whole thing up his ass like a dildo, and according to him, it was quite possibly the best experience of his life at the time. But it wasn't always smooth sailing for our favorite hero.
I can't believe that stupid bird bit one of my fingers. I tell you what, Barney, you, me, Ronald, and Dickie are going to teach him and Sammy the Snake a little lesson they will never forget once recess starts.
Oh Drew, it's not so bad. Besides, I figured we can play at the jungle gym, in our own special way, if you know what I mean. Oh look, here comes our teacher.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I hope he's a sexy male who will teach us all about swell things.
Hello class, my name is Mrs. Whorehouse, and I will be your kindergarten teacher.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, our teacher is a gross female. Oh my god, our teacher is a gross female. Oh my god, our teacher is a gross female. Oh my god, our teacher is a gross female. Shield me, Barney. Better yet.
Drew, I don't see what the problem is. Oh, did you just crawl up my bum?
Of fucking course I did. And I am not coming out until that bitch is come. My father has told me stories about women and how vile they can be. Don't worry about me. Oh, I got plenty of poopy to last me till lunchtime. Plus I can use it for when we go to art class to finger paint.
Of course, we can't cover all of Drew's shenanigans from when he attended school, since we have so much ground to cover, though I will mention a few highlights. When Drew was in the 4th grade, he met one of his bestest buddies, Charles Norbert Finster, better known as Chaz the Fister Finster. The exchange went about as swell as you would have hoped. In middle school, Drew and his friends decided to fill up the school's swimming pool with a combination of shit, piss, and cum, turning anyone who made contact with it really gay. And in high school, as part of a senior prank, Drew decided to play the YMCA song over the intercoms and graffitied giant penises all over the bathrooms. But as Drew got older, and as he was entering the cusps of adulthood, he would have to face a multitude of challenges. You see, back in 1960, when Drew was still a boy, Lou and a handful of other good men decided to flee the United States, as this was still a time when homosexuality was frowned upon. Lou then discovered an uninhabited continent shaped like a giant penis and thus founded Drewland, which Drew was to be the future ruler of. Even so, Drew wasn't exactly thrilled about it after graduating high school in 1975.
What do you mean I am supposed to be the ruler of the whole country? Politics is like, very unswell. You heard what happened in the US with that Nixon guy, don't you? Besides, I want to live the life of being a gay male stripper.
Drew, my son, there comes a time in every man's life that he has to step up and face the harsh truth that life has laid out for him. And for you, it is to take my position as the new leader of Druland. I have been watching over this country since you were a boy, and I want to finally retire.
But I want to be a gay stripper. The best one around, in fact. I can't really do that if I'm ruler of a country.
Well, think about it this way. If you are the ruler of a country, you get to do what you want. So you can do all sorts of crazy shit like I did when I was your age. You get to come up with all the rules, provided you don't act like an asshole about it. I let you know I fought in World War II against a guy who was like that, and I get the suspicious feeling we might have to deal with a similar yahoo like him many years into the future.
All of that sounds pretty swell. When you put it that way, I think being the ruler of Drewland is gonna be so much fun. Plus I can be a gay stripper in the side.
And so, at the tender age of 18, Drew became the new ruler of Drewland, succeeding his father. For the most part, he did a pretty good job running things, but there were some complications during these early years. One of them had to do with, who else, the pubic family.
So I'm thinking that it'll go right along here. That way we can get a good view of the Diarrhea River.
I like it there, but it feels like it is missing something very important.
I agree with Ronald. Clearly the mansion needs a sextension. You want this to be as elaborate as possible? And a sextension?
That's what I have been trying to say, Drew. Imagine all of the super swell things we can do down there. It'll be a lot better than living in your father's house. Well, who am I to disagree with that notion? Okay, we'll have the sex dungeon over here.
Hello to you good men, I am the Cube Cookie Monster, and this here is my brother, Cube Frederick.
Oh my fucking god. We haven't seen you since middle school. How have things been? Who are you talking to, Barney? Wait, go sweet Dillis. What are these hairy little shits doing here?
That's no way to talk to some old friends now, is it?
Old friends? Fa. If I remember, you guys always came to our orgies and invited and demanded that we do all sorts of crazy shit to give you sexual satisfaction. So I wouldn't necessarily consider you to be old friends.
Even so, I have to say that you have turned this place around and made it into a gay paradise. For many years the pubic family has struggled to adapt in the ever-changing world, and we have been thriving in the pubic swamp just south of here. So as a token of goodwill, I figured we may be able to finally get our sexual satisfaction from the likes of you, Drew Pickles, the leader of Drewland. Do we have a deal, my good man?
Well, since you put it that way, I suppose we can.
Hold on, my good chap. I must stop you from making a terrible mistake.
And who the fuck are you?
Oh, where are my manners? I'm the Quaker Queer, better known as Comotes, and I have a wooden penis. I have been around for quite some time, and I must implore that you do not give those filthy pubes any sort of satisfaction. If you do, it will have apocalyptic consequences, and reality itself will be stuck in a perpetual state of purgatory.
Wait, really? Well then I change my mind then. No sexual satisfaction for the pubic family.
What the fuck? Are you really going to believe what this shit-smearing old fart says? You've barely even known him for less than a minute.
That may be so, but if what he says is true, then there's no way in hell that I am risking the fate of reality itself to give you or the rest of the pubic family what you really want.
Not even a tiny morsel? What kind of piece of shit establishment is this? All we ever wanted in life was our sexual satisfaction, but no. You had to listen to this faggot who probably doesn't know what he is talking about. Just for that, the pubic family is officially going to become your enemies. Prepare for decades of non-stop bombardments from us. Now fuck off, and let us be.
Well, that was weird. Wait, do you all feel something up your asses?
I can't tell if it's a poopy log or a big fart. Either way, it probably isn't too important. Besides, I doubt that the pubic family will be that big of a bother in the future. Anyway, where did you come from, Quaker Queer?
Let's just say I have been watching and masturbating to you with great interest. Like I said before, I've been around for a long ass time, and I see great things coming coming for you and Drewland.
Oh Meg, that sounds pretty swell. Would you like to join our gang of butt buddies? It seems to be growing with every passing day, much like the massive erections in our pants.
I would be more than delighted, my good man.
But whether the Quaker Queer's words were prophetic or he was just high off of smelling horse manure, there was a lot of change that was going to happen in Drew's life. The 70s went by with a lot of progress happening in Drewland, but by the start of the 1980s, our favorite gay poopy butt pirate had begun to go through a personal crisis, one that would drastically change his life forever.
Drew, baby. Is there something wrong? You've been acting a little off the past few weeks.
Oh, it's nothing, Barney. I've just been thinking.
About what? You can tell me anything. I am very good at keeping secrets. Mainly because I end up forgetting about them.
Well, it's complicated. I have always embraced the life of being the gayest man in the world, yet I feel like I am living in a constant poopy-cum loop. Every day feels like it's the same routine over and over and over, and while it is a very swell routine, variety is the spice of life.
Are you suggesting that you want to, abandon the swell side and turn straight? Because you yourself have explicitly stated that heterosexuality is frowned upon in Drewland.
Oh, make no mistake, Barney, I have no desire to stop being the gayest man in the world. I just feel so lost right now.
Well, no matter what you are thinking, just remember that you have the support of me and the other butt buddies.
I appreciate it. You've had my back for many years, even if I treated you like a dinosaur sissy boy piece of shit sometimes. I'm gonna go take a walk to clear my head.
Wait, what were we talking about again?
Fucking hell, this whole thing is eating my ass up. I wish there was a way I could do something different with my life, while still making it swell.
Watch where you're going, you faggot.
Well, why don't you heed your own advice, you filthy stank? Wait a minute, is that... Oh my god, there is a woman in Drewland. Oh my god, there's a woman in Drewland. Oh my god, there's a woman in Drewland. Oh my god, there's a woman in Drewland.
Do you always greet people like this?
That's besides the point. How in the everlasting fuck did a woman get here? Don't you know that women are not allowed in Drewland?
Ah, so you are the one and only Drew Pickles. We've heard a lot about you. Anyway, my name is Charlotte Huntslicker, and I operate a premium sex toy business. I believe you have purchased some of our many dildos and butt plugs. But to answer your broader question, I come from a small colony on the very tip of Drewland called Gettysburg, where me and my lesbian partner Elizabeth Gissel run things there as a way to embrace our own gay lifestyle. I know you have very strict laws, preventing women from being in your territory, but sometimes I like to live dangerously.
Live dangerously, huh? That's something I can admire, but don't take this as a compliment. I am already dealing with problems of my own, and I do not need a woman here to complicate things.
What kind of problem exactly?
Well, if you must know, being the gayest man in the world had its benefits, it also has its drawbacks. You see, I love having large amounts of gay poopy butt sex with men, but they all want to marry me. Most notably my bestest butt buddy Barney the triple testicle dildosaur has been pestering me to marry him. But herein lies the issue. If I settle down and get married, then that means I won't be able to have gay sex with all the men I want. And I don't want to hurt their feelings by saying no. What am I to do?
You know, your plight is bizarrely similar to mine. I want to have lesbian sex with all the women in Gettysburg, but Betty keeps insisting that I marry her. And if I do that, then I won't be able to have as much lesbian sex. Quite the predicament, wouldn't you say?
Damn, who could have thought our problems would be so similar? You know, you don't like me and I don't like you, even though we have only known each other for less than a minute. But I think I have an idea that might solve both our problems. It might sound crazy, but it just might work.
And so, at the very spur of the moment, whether they thought it was a good idea or not, Drew and Charlotte would finally marry in June of 1984, with all their family and butt buddies attending the wedding in LA.
And now, I officially pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
No thanks, I'm good.
Yeah, same.
I know how you feel, Barney. I too get very emotional at weddings.
No, it's not that. It should have been me up there, not that awful whore.
Oh, cheer up, Barney.
I'm not doing this because I decided to abandon being swell.
So why did you do it exactly? You've been keeping us in the dark for a long time.
The reason is very simple. If I marry a woman, then that means a man won't be able to marry me, and I can have all the gay poopy sex with all the good men and butt buddies to my heart's desire.
And what if Charlotte finds out about this?
Oh, I doubt she'll care. Plus, with the money I make being a gay stripper and the money that Charlotte makes operating that sex toy company, we'll finally be able to accomplish my lifelong goal of making a gay porno studio in Grewland. We can finally make Drew Pickles and the Goat Seed a reality.
Charlotte, I just want you to know that I will never let you forget about this. What could have compelled you to marry a man, let alone the gayest man in the world?
If I marry a man, then that means no other woman will want to marry me, and I can continue having lesbian orgies. And I don't think Drew will care, since I feel like he'll be too busy jacking off to gay porn.
I guess, when you put it that way, it doesn't seem so bad. But you better come to come by every Thursday for meatloaf night.
Yes, this was a massive change for both Drew and Charlotte, but things were about to become even more of a life changer, as the Pickles were going to be, how shall we say, expecting.
Drew, I have some very troubling news. I have somehow become pregnant.
What the fuck? 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 How is that even possible? I have never once ever made contact with your vile STD-ridden vagina.
You know that time you flooded the house with cum after you were jerking off to your gay-ass butt buddies? Well, I was in my office on the phone with Jonathan at the time, and the wave hit and somehow your splooge made contact with me. And here we are now.
Shit, that was never part of the agreement when we married. What are we to do? I never wanted a child.
Regardless of his feelings, on September 6, 1986, Scott Andrew Pickles, better known as Screw, was born, the first child of the gayest man in the world. While this surely would have been a triumphant moment, Drew would soon learn a terrible prophecy, that his own son would one day overtake his role and become gayer than him. Drew only had one option left.
Look at our baby boy Drew. He will probably follow in your footsteps one day.
That's what I'm afraid of. You go ahead and get some rest, Charlotte. I'll watch over Screw.
Daddy?
Yes, my boy. But I sense a rising darkness in the swell, and I feel like one day you will challenge my title of the gayest man in the world. Better make a quick call. Yep, it's me. Listen, I was wondering if you could do me a little favor.
There's some in the world of hell. Don't you know I am on a tight schedule?
Well, howdy go, Satan. Say, I just learned that my newborn son will one day overtake my role as the gayest man in the world. Would you mind taking him off my hands for, oh, I don't know, forever?
Banishing your own baby boy to hell? That's pretty twisted, even for you. Don't worry, I will take good care of young Screw. The seventh layer of hell will be a fine place to raise him.
Wait, what the fuck? How can you do such a thing to me? If Mommy finds out, she's gonna kill you.
Wow, he's fully capable of speech. He's learning fast.
Whatever. Come with me, Screw Pickles. The seventh layer of hell awaits.
You will rue the day you did this to me, Pickles.
What was all that noise, Drew? And where is Screw at?
Oh, you know, I just banished our baby boy to the seventh layer of hell. Nothing more.
You... what?
Needless to say, Drew's first step into fatherhood was pretty short-lived on that day. It wouldn't be long, though, as history tends to have a funny way of repeating itself.
God damn it, Drew, you got me pregnant again.
Oh my fucking god. You really need to stop being in the house when I am jacking off to gay porn. Well, I suppose I have to deal with this again.
Like the way you handled Screw? You are not going to send our second child to hell. Call it maternal instincts, but honestly, if this child is female, then we are keeping her. I will not hear any objections to it.
Alright, fine. Better for you to deal with having a daughter than me.
And thus, on May 12, 1988, the second child of Drew and Charlotte, Angelica, was born. Drew kept to his word and allowed Angelica to stay despite whatever reservations he had. We could also mention the secret third child of Drew, the one and only Dick Pickles, but that is a story best left for another time, and this video is already long enough, as is. Oh shit, the crack in the fourth wall is bigger than it was. Anyway, by the turn of the 90s, Drew had managed to get his gay porno studio up and running, having produced some of the most legendary titles. To go over them all would take well over a day, and we still have a lot of ground to cover. The big news would come in 1990.
Daddy, when will Uncle Barney come for a visit? You keep saying that he'll show up, yet he hasn't.
I'm sure at some point he will. You know he has been busy with keeping Crewland running in my absence, not to mention working on his own show.
I think we know why you really want him to come come over.
Come on in.
True.
Godfather fucking damn it. What do you want to?
I have some very exciting news for the whole family.
We are going to star in our own animated series on the hit Nickelodeon channel. It's gonna be called Rugrats, and all of us are gonna be in it. You, me, Chaz, Howard, Betty, Dee, Charlotte, and the kids are gonna be famous the world over.
Holy shit, that is the swellest news I could have ever heard. I knew my acting in gay pornos would finally pay off.
We're gonna be TV stars. I am so excited. When is the show gonna be on, Uncle Stu?
Well, they said that it'll air next year, so we'll have plenty of time to prepare. And Drew, you especially better be on your best behavior. I know how you can be.
The news sent shockwaves all throughout Drewland. Drew Pickles was going to be a TV star. Rugrats would finally air on August 11, 1991, becoming one of the channel's biggest hits. With the additional money he was making on Rugrats, Drew was able to create more elaborate gay pornos when the show was on its seasonal hiatuses, and that big head of his would ultimately try to get himself into bigger and bolder Hollywood roles, though he would always clash with the studio heads over his wild ideas. Yes, it seems that things were going very good in Drew's life up to that point, except when it wasn't. You see, by the turn of the new millennium, things were going pretty bad for our favorite faggot. Rugrats began to fall into eventual seasonal rot before it ended in 2004, and Drew was growing ever impatient by his lack of screen time. Even worse was the prior year was the great gay porno crash of 2003, and while many people haven't heard of it, I can assure you that it was in fact very devastating, and it would take years to recover. Drew had begun to turn to butt drugs to ease the pain, and fell down a very dark path, but with the help of his closest butt buddies, he would persist through. Finally, in 2005, Drew had managed to get his life back together and was determined to turn things around for the better. And it all started when he was looking at a relatively obscure site known as Newgrounds.
Hey guys, check out this site I discovered. You can post flash games and animations there, as well as artwork. Wow, it looks pretty gay.
I've heard of this place before. There are a lot of fun and swell things on there.
If I recall, I think the Cute Cookie Monster's son started a career there being in a ton of different Flash animations.
Wait, really? And here I thought he would continue his family's legacy of being a pathetic failure at life. Anyways, anything those worthless pubies can do, we can do better. We got the resources of all our butt buddies, so the time to establish ourselves is now. But what are we going to call ourselves? I think the Barney Crew has a nice ring to it.
How about the Gay Gang?
I like that, but it seems a bit too formal.
I got a good one. We can call ourselves the Great Penis Munchers from Truland.
Seems like a bit of a mouthful, but it's a great porno name. Crew. I got the perfect name for our new group. Ugh, and I'm desperate enough to listen. Alright, what name did you have in mind? Why don't we call our new group the Barney Bunch? Oh my fucking god. It's short, catchy, and to the point. Barney, you are a genius.
And so, on August 25, 2005, a day that will forever live on in legend, the Barney Bunch was founded. Drew and his batch of butt buddies would make their presence well known on Newgrounds, and here was the result of their efforts.
Hello out there, I am Drew Pickles and I am really gay. I like to fuck Stu in the ass and piss in his face and fart in the air and poop on the ground and puke in his ass and fuck his face and shit in his mouth, and then I have an orgy with the Teletubbies and Clifford, and he sticks his big red cock in my ass, because I am really gay.
This right here was considered revolutionary. Throughout late 2005 and early 2006, Drew and the Barney Bunch turned Newgrounds upside down, to the point that they ended up being banned from Newgrounds as a result of their shenanigans. But Drew wasn't going to back down so easily. He and the Barney Bunch would later go on to set up shop on a little Silicon Valley startup known as YouTube.com. This was back when YouTube was actually run by human beings and not soulless husks and shitty AI bots. In 2006, they made their presence known, and soon enough, Drew started off doing more super swell shenanigans, mainly going to random establishments to have oodles of swell fun. And for a while, the Barney Bunch prospered despite numerous highs and lows, allies and enemies. Yet there was something missing in Drew's life, something that has been there since he was a boy. The companionship of his good man Barney.
Barney, you will never believe this. My divorce with Charlotte has been finalized. Peg, I am finally free. I am so glad that happened, Drew. But how is Angelica going to handle this? Oh, don't worry, she already left the house after turning 18, and I don't have to worry about her using my penis credit card. Besides, marrying Charlotte was probably not my best idea. Sure, I could have all the gay sex in the world and she could do all her lesbian shenanigans, but I just felt incomplete. I know how you feel. Barney, my good man, you and I have known each other since kindergarten, and maybe in various past lives, and through the thick of it, you have given me unconditional support. And sure, I may not have been the best partner to you, always berating you and grounding you for doing stupid shit all the time, but you always had my back no matter what. So that is why, Barney, I have a very important question for you. Are you going to finish that poopy pie you have left over in the fridge? No, this is a really big question. Barney, my good man and bestest butt buddy, will you marry me? My fucking God. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, Drew. I absolutely would. Do you know how long I have been waiting for this day to come? Come. Now let's have one massive stinky toilet dumpster orgy to celebrate, and call the rest of the Barney Bunch over.
And so, Drew and Barney got married to each other on August 15th, 2015, and things have gone up from there, no less the birth of their little darling Drew Pickles Jr. in 2017. And, well, that is where our story shall conclude. Drew Pickles has had quite the life story, hasn't he? I'm surprised nobody has written a book about it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the story and it gave you a massive throbbing erection. As for me, well, my time here telling the story is finished, so I might as well have the gay man of the hour close things off. Take it away, Drew.
Thank you, mysterious voice coming from my walls. Hello, my name is Drew Pickles, but I'm pretty sure you all knew that by now. Today officially marks the 20th anniversary of the Barney Bunch, and that is certainly quite the swell milestone. It's hard to think that what started as little more than a small trolling group on Newgrounds would quickly evolve into the basis for the whole Speakonia community. We've had many highs and many lows, some in the past, some fairly recent. We've gained numerous members and lost some, but the community still marches forward. Iron Yoshi still remembers discovering the Barney Bunch and Speakonia community all the way back in late 2007 or early 2008 in the 5th grade, and it brought him and some of his friends countless entertainment over the years, and to have been making these kinds of videos for the past 5 years now is crazy to think of. Even through all of the ups and downs the community has had in recent memory, he is still happy to be part of it and that his videos mean a lot to so many people. And while many of the original Newgrounds and YouTube users have long since retired, it is interesting to think how they would have felt knowing that their creation would continue on for well over 2 decades. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed my whole life story. Now, if you will excuse me, the Barney Bunch and I are gonna celebrate this milestone by having a massive poopy cummy orgy that is going to last over 20 hours. Until next time, whenever that may be, I am your gay old pal Drew Pickles, and, as we used to say, keep your butt buddies close and your dildos even closer. See you later my sexually stimulating studs, and happy 20th anniversary to the Barney Bunch. That Moswell.